felt to sort of give some of our students at Arts Together an opportunity to do a yoga practice during this new frontier that we seem to be living in. So I thought a lot about what kind of practice might be most helpful, and I landed on a stabilizing practice. So really the theme for this particular practice is feeling that connectivity and that support from the ground, and then leveraging the support from your own calm center that is always there. It's just, are we allowing the mind to take us out of it and following the monkey trail? Or are we pulling ourselves back to center? And the way that we practice that is by practicing being present. It is true, and I found that when you live the moment that you are living, you are more able to handle what is right before you. And the truth is we can't make decisions about things that we don't know about yet anyway. So this is that practice. We're going to drop into our bodies, we're going to drop in with our breath, and we're doing about 45 minutes. So when I get you onto your backs at the end of practice, my recommendation is that you do a couple of maybe rolling bridges, a gentle twist to each side, happy baby, and then take a nice long extended Shavasana. Never cheat your Shavasana. That is the most advanced pose in the practice of yoga, and that is where the body integrates all the benefits of your moving and breathing. So thanks for being with us. Namaste. So if you'll come into a comfortable seat, or you can lie down in Shavasana. But the point is to find a place of comfort where you can land in stillness. And in yoga, this is called Kai Sthira. And the point is to get the body still. Notice I didn't say stuck. It's this alive stillness, so that the body begins to teach the mind. We're going to start this morning by bringing our hands to our low belly, whatever position you landed in. And take just a few breaths where you feel for the movement of the belly underneath your hands. And just notice that as you inhale, the belly moves away from the spine. And as you exhale, the belly moves towards the spine. And then we're going to begin to add some pranayama, breathing technique to this. So let's all take a deep inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Inhaling for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 3, take one more deep breath in through the nose. Open the jaw, release the jaw, sigh it out. And then allow the eyes to gently open. Take your time releasing the position that you're in. We're going to roll over onto our backs, heads to the front of the room towards me and feet towards the back wall. And when you get onto your backs, just bend your knees and place your feet hips width distance apart in line with your sitting bones. And right away, start to feel the support of the ground underneath your back body and feel the texture of the mat under the soles of your feet. Really plant yourself in this moment, this breath. Feel that the big toe ball mound and little toe ball mound and two sides of the heel are equally pressing gently, making footprints in your mat. And then bring your hands down beside the hips, spread through the fingers. Feel the texture of the mat under your palms and press the upper shoulders down, widening across the heart space. And then once you feel this sense of stability and foundation, as you inhale, let the pelvis rise up, squeeze the glutes, press evenly into the bones of the feet. Inhale and lift up any amount that feels good. And then exhale and roll down, letting each vertebra soften into the surface of support. And continue for a few breaths using your own breath rhythm. The whole inhale takes you up. The glutes are squeezing for support of the back line of the body. And then as you exhale, you're trying to let each vertebra have space and soften one at a time back to the ground. Nice, Anne and Karen. And do that for 3 more breaths. And again, it's the height that feels good for your body. Just a reminder that this practice is yours, and anything you need to adapt or change, you should do that. You are your teacher, and we are just here as a guide. Next time you land, and there's no rush, pause. Bring your arms to goalposts overhead or cactus arms. Elbows are bent, fingertips are on the floor. You may need to move your blocks. And now feel how you got right across the heart, and let those shoulder blades be heavy like anchors in the back body. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, let the knees sway towards your right. And then pause for a few breaths and feel again the movement of the belly with the breath. As you inhale, the belly moves away from the spine. And as you exhale, you feel it soften back in. Feel particular heaviness underneath that left shoulder blade as the ribs spiral so gently towards the left. Take one more nice full inhale. And then feel low belly to low back and bring the feet back to center, landing on the earth. Take a breath center, inhale, fill up from the crown of the head to the tailbone, and then exhale and the knees soften towards the left, towards the mirror wall. And then pause here, it's a different side. And if you ever feel strain in the back and a twist, try experimenting with changing the position of the legs, maybe folding the knees in closer or moving the pelvis a little bit towards your, in this case, right. You never feel any kind of pinching or pulling or burning. If so, that just means something needs to shift. Enjoy another full breath here, and then exhale again, belly to spine. Knees come center, and then hug the knees into the chest. And give the knees a little circle and feel that circle mirrored in the low back. And that circle can be 2 knees together or 1 knee at a time. I'm going to close this door. And then bring the feet back to the floor. toes towards your shin and see that the back of the left hamstring is pressing into the earth. And then circle through that right foot. Really spread your toes and notice along that circle if there's any spot you're trying to avoid, and actually slow down. And then make sure you circle the other way, spreading the toes, yawning the foot open. Nice. And then steady the foot. Bring your left hand to your left hip, or that arm can come up overhead, feeling this long line from the fingertips all the way to the heel bone on your stable side. And then use your other hand to circle that right knee. Move that right thigh bone around, move it out to the side, move it across the midline, kind of like you're trying to clear that hip of any dust bunnies. You're also feeling for what is happening right now in my body. What happens in times of stress is that we start to hold tension in places that we may not be aware. So this is also about unwinding that tension that is not helpful. And then catch behind the right hamstring with both arms. Interlace your fingers, press your hamstring into your hands as you yawn the heel towards the ceiling. And the leg can go straight, but you can also keep a bend in it. As you press the hamstring into your hands, feel the back leg muscles turn on. And then inhale and soften that and bend the knee and feel the top of the thigh bone soften. And as you exhale, yawn the heel bone up and spread the toes and maybe through the top of the foot. Inhale and bend the knee. Exhale and extend. Do this for a few more breaths with your breath rhythm, and notice that you are still really rooted in your back body, the back of the pelvis heavy, so that that extending leg is not taking you out of center. You're reaching out from stability. Nice. And then pause the next time you get to the top and feel as if you yawn the heel bone a little bit more towards the sky. Spread and wiggle the toes. Yes. And then bring your right hand to that hip of the leg that's up. You're doing so good with right and left hand. And then pull the outer right hip down and bring that heel bone across towards the left shoulder, towards the mirror wall. And kind of notice what you're feeling. And then maybe you will want to roll a little bit more onto your left side so that you're coming into the twist. That opposite arm can come across, and then that right hand can stay where it is or extend out to the side, and turn the palm up. Yeah, and just feel the difference in what happens in the shoulder blade when your palm's up versus when it's down. And if the stretch is too intense, you can always bend that knee a little, just like Karen's doing. That will not decrease the stretch. As long as the heel bone's reaching, you'll get that long line. And then again, are you breathing? Are you flooding the shape with this full chronic breath? If you can imagine these deep breaths like the thing that's taking out the trash. As you inhale, you're collecting tension. And as you exhale, it's as if you're letting go, layer by layer, of anything that does not serve. And that is tension in the body, and that is tension in the mind, and tension in the heart space as well. Take one more full breath here. And exhale, bring belly to spine. Squeeze the glutes. Come back to center. Bend the knee. Give it a little hug, maybe a little rock. And then extend that right leg long beside the left leg. And just feel for a moment. Shavasana. Just kind of notice, how does the body feel after that bit of movement and breath? How does the right side feel versus the left side? What's happening with this breath? If the mind is wandering, come back to feeling the impression that your body is making on the earth. And then once again, you'll bring that left knee into the chest. The right leg either can be bent in line with sitting bone. If you have low back issues, absolutely bend the knee and place the heel in line with the sitting bone. If not, you may really enjoy the extension of the right leg. And really check that that right leg, the knee and toe are to the ceiling. That's it, Karen. Good adjustment. Beautiful. And then circle through that right foot and the ankles. Left foot, sorry, and the ankle. Good. And again, you're looking for those places that you're trying to avoid by moving fast. And you slow down. And you make that your scenic overlook. And you breathe. Yeah. Maybe you even want to spread the toes and make a foot fist. Feel how this movement of the foot wakes up the leg muscles around the lower leg and the calf and the shin. Nice. And then bring the right hand either to the hip or that arm goes overhead so you have this long line in your stable side. You have that sense of stability as you begin to move that left thigh bone around in the hip socket. If you could imagine your hip socket like a catcher's mitt. The thigh bone is moving around in that catcher's mitt. Coming across. And this is a different leg, so it may have a completely different story or feeling. Just notice what's there. Where do you need to slow down? Where do you need to send more breath so that you can release another layer of tension? And then catch behind the right thigh bone. Interlace the hands behind the hamstring. And then yawn the heel to the ceiling, leg a little bent or straight if that feels available and does not pull you out of your back body. And then press the back of the thigh into the hands and feel the back leg muscles from the glute all the way wake up. And then once you have that stability, as you inhale, you bend the knee, you feel the heaviness of the pelvis. And as you yawn the leg up, can you keep the heaviness in the back body? Can you keep that stabilizing rootedness? Inhale and bend, exhale and extend. Beautiful. And move with your breath rhythm. You can stretch all the way through the top of the foot or continue to yawn the heel. Yogi's choice. Yeah. Next time your leg extends and yawns upward, pause. Bring your left hand to your left hip. You're pulling that outer hip back, kind of towards the earth. And then slowly you're reaching that left leg across towards the right shoulder to feel something. You're looking for this outer hip down the leg sensation. That right hand can catch the left leg. Left hand can come out to a T palm up if you'd like. And you can begin to roll a little more onto the right side for a twist. And just kind of notice. Where is the tension? And if it's in the jaw, or the brow, or the throat, or if some other part of the body is trying to help out, soften those places. And also notice if stillness and breathing is what serves, or do you need a little sway or a little movement in order to unwind? What would be most helpful? Take one more full breath right where you are. Then as you exhale, belly to spine, glute squeeze, knee comes back to center, fold the knee into the midline. Give that knee a little shake. And then once again, left leg comes beside right leg to feel, to give the body a moment to integrate. Shavasana. Take 3 to 5 breaths here. Each exhale is this opportunity to make a deeper impression on the ground, to let go. into table pose. And bring your blocks to the top of the mat. Those of you at home and here might want to use a blanket or a towel or whatever you have at home to pad the knees. So the knees can be padded. It's a really nice way to practice. And the blocks will come to the top of your mat, like so. Just on the other side, ready. If you do not have blocks, you can use some big books. You just find a Harry Potter, something like that, and you make a block. And some of you prefer not to use blocks. That's also fine. I find they create more space. And yoga is about more space, not about going deep into the pose, unless that serves. So, finding this stability, spread through the hands, and then imagine that you are trying to rotate the hands towards your pinkies, but the hands stay glued. And so then you get wide in the back body and feel the backs of the shoulders turn on. Press the hands down and away to protect the wrist, and then press into the shins. And squeeze the low belly to the low back. Crown of the head reaches forward, tailbone lengthens back. This is actually a very strengthening pose when done with this much attention. And then as you inhale, let the heart lift up and the sits bones widen. And as you exhale, press into the earth and let the back body get full, cat spine. Move with your own breath. Whole inhale takes you into your cow, and then the whole exhale takes you to your cat spine. Nice. And you're looking for more articulation in the spine and more space between the vertebrae as you go. Beautiful. Be careful not to look up in your cow. Keep the back of the neck long. Let the back bend be in the back, but not the cervical spine or neck. And then you have the option on your next cat pose, tuck the toes. And as you go into cat, press into the hands and hover the knees. And then as you inhale, you bend the elbows, inhaling into cow. Exhale, pull low belly to back, hover the knees. Knees are bent, pressing, cat spine, chin drops. Inhale, you slowly lower and lift the heart forward. Exhale, pull belly to spine, hover the knees. Inhale, slowly lower, heart lifts. This time, as you exhale, walk your hands forward just a little bit. Inhale, shift forward, roll the elbows underneath, lift the heart up, and as you exhale, press down. Reach the hips up and back, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward dog. And then when you get into your downward dog, take your dog walk. Maybe bend through one leg and then the other. Feel the sitting bones wide. Feel that sense of lift of low belly in and up. And as it comes up the body, it widens across the heart. Yes. And then come to stable for one breath. Take a deep inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth, feel the ground underneath. Inhaling, lift the hips and heels. Exhale, bend the knees, look forward, and take as many steps as you need to come into forward fold at the top of your mat, Uttanasana. Bend the knees, center your weight on the arches, maybe hold on to opposite elbow, but pull the shoulders away from the ground and towards your hips to make space for the neck. Nice. Nod the head. Let the crown of the head drape and pour towards the earth. Beautiful. And then the hands either come fingertips to the tops of the shins or lower thighs. Press into the fingers and lengthen the crown of the head out of the belly. Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale and fold. And as you do, feel the heaviness of your heel bones and feet. 2 more breaths like that. Inhale, you lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Space in the waist. And as you exhale, you feel belly to thighs and you feel the ground. And then from that rootedness, you press down into the earth and lengthen halfway up. Exhale and soften. Sit way back. Squeeze the glutes. Inhale, lift the belly, lift the chest, lift the heart, come into chair. Exhale, hands to heart, sink a little deeper. Inhale, press down and up. Feel that low belly to low back, lift up, and then bring the hands to the heart center. Samasthiti, steady standing. Take a full breath in through the nose. Exhale to find that Tadasana mountain. Hands down beside the body. Roll the shoulders up by the ears and let the shoulder blades glide down into your back pockets. Notice where the weight is in the bones of the feet. Can you feel that center? Can you feel that strong imprint of the feet on the ground as the crown of the head lengthens upward? Take a few breaths here just to feel the stability in this shape. Whole body awake. On your next inhale, let the eyes open. Exhale, feel that connectivity with the earth and the feet. From that, inhale, arms reach side and up. Exhale, bend the knees, forward fold. Hands come through center, bowing to the ground. Inhale to lengthen halfway up. Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, bend the knees, plant those cookie cutter hands, and step back gently to plank pose. And the knees can be up or down. And pause in plank to feel the heel bones reaching back, to feel that low belly to low back and that width as the tailbone moves towards the heels. Nice. Take a full breath in, and then knees up or down. As you exhale, you're going to lower all the way to the earth. Belly and heart arrive at the same time. Untuck the toes so that you can press into the tops of the feet. Hug the elbows in, lengthen halfway up, cobra. Exhale and soften. Do 2 more like that. Make sure you're pressing into the pinky toe to keep the sacrum wide. That's it, man. Good. Inhale, lengthen. That's it, man. Exhale and soften. You have 1 more to move with your breath. Slide and widen the shoulders towards the spine. And exhale and soften. Nice job keeping the neck long. Tuck the toes. Inhale, press to either table or plank. And exhale the hips up and back. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward dog. And then take 3 breaths in your down dog. And you can always choose to go to table, cat and cow, or soften into Balasana, child's pose. It's really always about what is going to feed your sense of stability, and that's what makes the choice for you. It's not about what seems more advanced, it's all about what serves. And get very steady. Then inhale with the hips and heels. Exhale, bend the knees, look forward, and make that trip to the top of the mat. Take your time. Once you feel the weight in the feet and feel centered, the hands go to the shins and lengthen halfway up, spacious in the waist. Exhale, forward fold. Sit way back, squeeze the glutes, lift the belly, lift the heart, lift the hands, chair pose. Exhale, sink a little deeper, weight in the heel bones, and then dig down as the arm comes side and up, and right away, sky goes back to earth. Forward fold, soften. 1 more the way we just did. Inhale and lengthen halfway up. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands, step back to plank pose. Notice what leg leaves, and you can alternate feet. Take a full breath here, feel the whole body participating, and then shift a little forward and lower all the way to the earth for your cobra. Good. Hug the elbows towards the ribs. Press down into the tops of the feet. Lengthen the spine as you open the heart. And soften back down. Tuck the toes from the pit of the belly. Press into table or plank and reach the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And feel where your body connects with the ground. And press strongly into those points. Get very stable. And then from that stable place, use the whole inhale to lift the right leg up for 3-legged dog. Toes point down. Spin the inner thigh up so the toes truly point down. And then stack hip over hip, opening the hip up. Bend the knee and maybe circle a little bit through the hip or the ankle, kind of like you're yawning that right thigh bone. Beautiful. And then as you inhale, again, point those toes down. Come back to parallel. Beautiful. And then it's like a front porch swing. You're going to bring that knee forward and close to the chest. Take a deep breath in and then softly bring your foot down. And if it doesn't make it, bring your hand to the ankle and hop it forward. Soften the left knee to the earth. Grab your blocks. Place them under your shoulders. So you've got your blocks and you're looking for it. And notice, what's the pelvis doing? For most of us, we need to focus on pulling the outer right hip back so the left hip point can come forward. And then if you're coming forward, what does it feel like if you dig down into the front foot and lift the belly off? You'll find it a little more stabilizing and strengthening. Then you have several options. Either stay here and breathe, or bring the arms up and breathe, or third option, tuck the back toe, and as you inhale, you press into the ball of the foot, hands come to heart, and as you exhale, you slowly lower. So for a few breaths, choosing what serves your practice the most. Feel the whole body awake, staying open in the heart. And then wherever you are, you can bring the hands around to the back body. Interlace the fingers and either hug the elbows in or maybe the arms straighten. Keep that lift in the low belly, but slowly shift the right knee a little forward. And then begin to spiral towards your right. And keep that length in the head. Feel this gentle twist. Take another breath here. Y'all get to stay. Yeah. And then as you exhale, belly to spine, release the hands, come back to blocks. Move the blocks out and away. Tuck your left toes. Bring your hands to the earth. Press into the ball of the foot. Feel that lift of the thigh bone. And then pick up the right foot, step to plank. And exhale, reach the hips up and back to downward dog. And then take a deep breath in through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Inhale, that left leg lifts up and back. Three-legged dog, toes point down. Exhale, open hip over hip, bend the knee and yawn that left thigh bone, pressing equally into both hands, down and away from your center. Keep that breath flowing in and see if you can keep the shoulders level as much as possible. Yeah, that's it. And then as you inhale, turn the toes down towards the earth. Exhale, bring that knee close to the chest. Pause for a breath. Feel that sense of gathering strength. And then soften that foot to the earth. Kind of have to rock it forward a little bit to lunge. Soften the right knee down. Find those blocks again and bring them underneath your shoulders, coming up into your knee down lunge. Nice. And then just as you did on the other side, kind of check in with the pelvis. See that you've got that outer left hip moving a little back as the right hip point comes forward. Press down into the left foot and feel like somebody takes your low belly and they go whoop and lift it up. And as that happens, you feel width across your back. And then stay here for a few breaths, or the arms can come overhead. You can stay there, or you can tuck the toes. And as you inhale, you press into the ball of the foot and lift up. And as you exhale, you keep that lift and slowly soften. Few breaths here, just to really feel the breath travel through whatever shape or flow you have chosen. One more deep inhale. And exhale. And then allow the hands to swim around and interlace the unusual way, which will feel like you've traveled to a different country. It's fine. Press your low back into your hands, which are interlaced. Press your belly into your low back. And then roll the shoulders, open the heart, find that spaciousness between the crown of the head and the tail. slowly shift forward towards that left knee coming over the third toe. Keep the length and begin to spiral the left ribs open. Yeah, and you're feeling this gentle twist, but you're feeling the stability and the midline of that inner left thigh hugging the midline, but with lots of length. Take another breath where you feel as if the collarbones get even wider. And then as you exhale, belly and spine slowly come to center. Bring the hands to the blocks and move the blocks out to the side. Tuck your right toes underneath and press into the ball of your right foot so that you're in lunge. And then inhale and step back to plank. You got it. And then exhale, this time lower all the way to the earth for cobra or chaturanga to up dog, yogi's choice. Take a full breath in your back bend. Press into the tops of the feet. Get broad. And then exhale, soften, soften, soften. Tuck the toes. Inhale, press to table or plank. And exhale, Adho Svanasana, downward dog. Inhaling, lift the hips and heels. Exhale, bend the knees, look forward, and take that trip to the top of your mat. Uttanasana. Once again, feel the imprint of the feet. Dig down into the feet and lengthen the crown of the head as you come into half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, soften into the fold. And then sit way back, squeeze the glutes, lift the belly, lift the heart, lift the chest. Exhale, sink a little deeper. Inhale, press down and up, get wide. And exhale, bring hands to heart center. Steady standing. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, hands to Tadasana. From here, we're going to do just a little bit of balancing, stabilizing glute work. So I'll show you one so that you see where we're going. We'll be doing inhale into chair. The exhale, you will send your right leg back. Inhale, you will feel pelvis, belly, heart, and lift up. Exhale, you'll move back into arrow lunge. The inhale will be chair. Exhale, other leg will step back. It doesn't need to be your biggest step. Keep a baby bend in that leg. And then it's this stacking of pelvis, ribs, heart. Wrap the shoulders coming up. And then exhale, finding that length. Crown of the head to heel. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, from the belly, step it back. It's that low step back that squeezes the glutes. Inhale, feel that pelvis, ribs, head. Nice. Exhale, find that arrow lunge shape. Inhale, step foot beside foot, feel the ground. Exhale, press down into that standing leg, the leg that lifts, reaches back gently. Good. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, arrow lunge. You have one more each side. Move with your breath at a timing that feels good. Chair pose. Gently press down into the earth as you step back. Good. Leverage from the ground to find that length. Nice. Exhale, feel that arrow lunge connectivity. Inhale, 2 feet. Exhale, step it back. Inhale, pelvis, ribs, heart. Exhale. Last one, just step into chair, and then bring your hands to your heart. Press your thumbs into your sternum and get wide across the heart. Keep that same length you had in the twist on the ground and begin to spiral towards your right. Your left hand comes to the outer right knee. Your right hand comes to the sacrum. Look that the knees have not started to shift one forward, but they are in line for most of us. That means we have to pull the outer left hip crease back. Keep that low lift in the belly. Maybe sink a little deeper. And are you breathing? Keep the breath flowing. Can you be in the flame? Can you be in the challenge? And stay calm in your breath. One more deep inhale. Exhale, come back through center. And then slowly bring belly to thighs. Let the hips rise. Nod the head, bend the knees, sway, and unwind a little bit. Part of this practice is how can you move from effort to ease and be where you are, to fully now be in ease and unwinding. And when you're in effort, to fully be there without having to create a story about like or dislike. Just be. Take another breath in your forward fold. And then inhale, lengthen halfway up. Exhale, sink the hips back, reach the arms up, come into your chair, and bring your hands to your heart. Feel the glutes squeeze, and then what happens if you move your knees apart just a ½ centimeter? How does that change the feeling in the glutes? Roll the shoulders up and down, and feel the breath move through, and then get long. And then from that length, begin to spiral the ribs. Check and see that the knees are still tracking over the third toe. Bring your hand across, your left hand to your low back, roll the shoulders down, and feel that spaciousness, beautiful, between the crown of the head and the tail. And then breathe fully, like how much breath can you bring to this so that it feels like chair meditation? Can you be, again, in the sensation, but let the breath take the front seat and the sensation takes the back seat? One more full breath here, like you never want to leave. And then exhale, gently come to center. This time the arms go down and up, widen, and exhale, hands to heart center. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale to Tadasana. Going to begin our unwinding by doing a figure 4 balance. And so you can either do it at the mat or you can go to a wall to do it. Either is great. It's just what you want to, if you want to play with balance, because of course wobbling is not bad. Wobbling is what life is. Life is wobbling. And the point is not to be a good balancer, but the point is to watch what the mind does when you're challenged, and to see if you can stay with the breath and stay centered no matter what the body's doing, if it's falling over or if it's just perfectly still. Yeah. So we're going to start by bringing our right leg up in front of the body. You can tap it down at any time. Bring it across. Keep the foot flexed. Bring your hands to your hip points. Press down into your standing leg. Feel that rootedness and bend that standing leg knee just a hair, because that will turn the muscles on more. Then send the tops of the hips back. Hands can come to heart center. And then you flex that foot and you feel like you're pressing into that ankle, which is making the thigh bone move away from your right ear as the left sitting bone goes back and the right sitting bone goes back. And you can stay here, absolutely. Or if you'd like, you can fold over, maybe hands to blocks or hands to the earth, and maybe even straighten the leg. Just options. Those of you who have a practice of flight, you can hook the outer foot, bring the hands to the earth, shift forward, and maybe play with lifting the foot up. They're just fun options. But whatever you're choosing, you have that spirit of curiosity and that attention on the breath. Take 3 more breaths here. And then if you are over, begin to press down and lift the heart. Everybody press down, squeeze the glute, lift the knee up. Maybe the arms come up and then spread your energy all around. And then just feel that blood come to that standing leg. And you can circle through that ankle. And if you came out of it and you did what I did, which was a little, probably means you need to breathe more in the pose. Yeah, because we hold our breath when we balance. Even those of us who know and who practice a lot, it's just really hard to remember to keep the breath flowing. So let's focus on that on the second side. So now you'll bring that left knee up. You feel like you're really pressing the right foot, but not in a rigid way. It's like the spreading of roots, like a tree. And then the leg comes across, foot flexes. Hands to hip bones is helpful. because you're sending the tops of both thigh bones back, and the sits bones are getting wide. And then you can bring the hands to the heart. Flexing through the front foot. And now, what's happening with the breath? And wherever you want to go with the pose, can you stay with feeling that inhale and exhale? If you fold over, if you stay right here, keep the breath moving. Let that have your fullest attention, and the shape now takes the back seat, and the sensation takes the back seat. Feel how the breath is able to move in this shape. And take 3 more breaths here, like you never want to leave. So stable, whatever's happening in the body, so centered in the present. And then you'll dig down to come up. Maybe that knee can reach up. And then spread, I love it. And we can tilt and spread. And then widen your stance, wider than the mat. And make sure your toes are parallel. And reach your arms up. We're going to do a little, let's see so you can see me. We're going to take out the trash. This is a yoga way to take out the trash. So what we're going to do is we're going to lift up as we inhale. And as we exhale, do this at home. It might scare your pets or the rest of your family members, but that's okay. You're going to say, ha. And what you're doing is this sense of just like really directing tension and unhelpful thoughts and anything that is making you feel spinny or anxious. You're taking out the trash. So we're going to do 5 of those. One of my favorites. So we'll inhale and lift up. And as you exhale, it's ha. Inhale, press down, lift up. Gather all that tension. Exhale, let it go. Ha. Inhale to gather. Exhale. Ha. 2 more. Gathering in, feeling the ground, and exhale, let it out. Ha. Last one. Inhale, gather. Exhale. Ha. And stay. And your hands can be on blocks or they can come to the earth. Shift your weight so that it's centered on the arches. Maybe bend through one knee and then the other. Just kind of opening up the back line of the body, the inner thighs. Feeling what needs unwinding. Soften the jaw, soften the throat. Soften the brow, soften the brain. Be in your body. And then bend the knees quite a bit. Bring the heels in, toes out. Bring your hands to the tops of the knees. And roll the shoulders down and lift that low belly. Knees track over the 3rd toe. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, right shoulder comes down. Left shoulder you're looking over. Inhale through center. Get wide across the heart. Exhale, keep those feet pressing. Doing a little open hip after that closed hip practice just to counter pose. Inhale, center. Exhale, soften. Inhale through center. Exhale, soften. Come back through center. And you're going to bring your feet back, square. Step yourself to Tadasana and come up. Find your Tadasana. Once again, feel the texture of the mat underneath your feet. And then inhale, arms come sliding up, flowing our way back to the earth. Exhale, soften into your forward fold. Inhale to lengthen halfway up. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands, step it back to your plank, knees up or down. Take one last full breath and plank, whole body stable. Exhale, lower to that earth. Inhale, low cobra, press into the feet. Exhale, soften. And then reach your hands out in front of you, palms face each other as if you're a superhero and as if you're holding a block. Bring the forehead to the earth, back of the neck long. Feel the low belly to the low back. As you inhale, the right arm reaches a little off the ground and the left leg reaches a So the pinky toe, that's it, points down, better for the sacrum. And then what would it be like to just barely hover all four limbs, but feel like somebody is lengthening your body? Just that little hover, wake up the back of the body. Beautiful. Exhale, completely soften to the earth and feel the support. Bend your knees, sway your feet side to side, and then as slowly and gently as you can, make your way onto your backs. This is where you will each finish your practice doing, I would recommend some rolling bridges for the spine, some sort of gentle twist, maybe a happy baby or a supported inversion, and then into your Shavasana.